Shalom Israel. First and foremost, I want to say all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that passed away serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. All right, I want to go over the scripture that kind of jumped out at me. Psalms, the 10th chapter. Start at verse 1. I'm going to see how long it takes the workers to get here. Ooh. Anyway, I'm going to see how long it takes the workers to get here, see how much I can get through. But, why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble? Okay? Sometimes the Lord just lets us bang out, man. Sometimes the Lord just says, you know what? Israel, you're too wicked. You just don't learn your damn lesson, and he just leaves us to be persecuted by Esau. It says the wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor. So one thing we have to understand is this scripture doesn't say, because we think that every time it says in the scriptures wicked, it's talking about the so-called white man. The wicked, period. People that are in power and authority treat poor people like trash. Not all of them. You have rich people that are kind-hearted. So that's not a universal. That's not always the case. But reading on, let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. Okay, what are the devices that they imagine? They conjured up all this technology to destroy the world, and they're going to be destroyed with it. For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. So people that just want and want and want. Because you have the spirit of people, you have people with the spirit of ambition and want to work and want to, do good things, do good, and want more for themselves. And then you got people that are just fucking like never satisfied. So it says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after the Most High. The Most High is not in all his thoughts. So what that means is that, if you in this truth, the Most High, every decision you make in this truth, you have to have the Most High somewhere in your mind, to do them. Whether you take on a new job and you be like, damn, is that going to leave me enough time for camp? Or am I going to be able to do the work? Or you deal with a new woman, and that woman, is she going to take me away from the Lord's word? Every decision you make, you have the Most High in your mind, even down to what you eat. Is the Lord going to be happy with me eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster? Of course not. But the wicked, they don't care about the Most High. That's why you have people talking about homosexuality is normal. Like, I kind of got into it with a lesbian on social media this week. Not got into it. It wasn't a big argument. But she's of the mind that it's perfectly fine. No, it's not fine. See, I could respect to a degree a homosexual that understands that it's wrong. And listen, this is me, whatever. As long as you know that it's wrong. But if you just literally say there's nothing wrong with the shit, that's where we differ, and that's where we have a big fucking problem. Because gay people can't be doing that gay shit and have God in their thoughts, the Most High. Because if they do, what God are they thinking about? So it says, his ways are always grievous. The ways of this world are grievous. We're dealing with every law that passes. It's unfair. And a lot of times the laws themselves, they make them sound good when they're passing the legislation, but in practice, you have to remember that it's people with their own prejudices and wicked minds that carry these laws out. So reading on, Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. Remember, this is King David speaking to the Most High. The Most High's judgments are above the sight of Esau. You know. Let's see, reading on. As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. He hath said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. Now, this is where you know that this is this is where it's dropping clues that it's talking about the so-called white man. Because earlier I wanted to make sure that you understood. You don't just automatically assume every time it says wicked, it's talking about the so-called white man. You know, but now the scripture is being framed. Right? So it says, I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. So the cursing that it's talking about, that this is how you know it's not talking about fuck, shit, bitch. You know, is bitch even a curse anymore? I heard that shit on Empire like 1,000,000 times by now. Let's see. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doeth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. So those that persecute the poor, it's not. Listen, it's white people that's poor. You know, this scripture's giving you an idea that people in power are abusing people that are poor. You know, as opposed to helping them. You know, and that's where we come in. You know, brothers that have charity in their hearts and see poor people and actually feel their pain because you see yourself in them. That could have been me. I was homeless when I first came to this country. You know, so that was me. You know, so it says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. Salat, getting that call. I'll be back.